Hello everyone, welcome to Dirt Rally. So this game was a bit of a surprise then, wasn't it? It was sprung on all of us. It was actually announced and released all today. Well, I say released, it's actually been put on Steam Early Access. So it's not technically the final version, but it looks pretty polished to me, so it's not too bad at all. And yeah, I thought I'd just jump in and basically show you. This is going to be two rallies in two different places. This is Monaco in the night and snow in a 90 Subaru. And yeah, this is not my first go on the game. I did one rally before this, and this is also not my first attempt at this particular rally. So this isn't my first attempt at that, but I didn't think it'd be much fun just watching me crashing, because it is pretty hard. It's been slated as basically a sim, and I would say it is. It's actually pretty difficult. It's certainly not easy, and it's certainly good fun to drive. But it doesn't feel arcadey. I don't like that word, but it doesn't feel too arcadey. You see, they're just getting lots of understeer because of this ice. You've got to use the handbrake to get the rear end out to get the grip through the corners, and tried to not do it through there, and it just didn't work. So I need to get a handbrake like I did just through there. That was nice, and a little bit on the bank on the exit there though. And you'll see in the bottom right there's a replay screen. Obviously that's pretty small, and that will be clickable. Whether it is now or not, I'm not too sure. I do want to upload that complete video, raw video without any commentary, but my upload speed is pretty terrible, so if it's not there yet, it will be very soon. And yeah, so Monte Carlo then, this part is icy, and it's quite interesting having the co-driver, whatever it's called, which is, it took me a little while to just, I initially decided to do live commentary, which didn't work because I couldn't talk and listen to the co-driver and drive. I can talk and drive, and I can probably listen to the co-driver and drive, but I can't. Oh, as I go very wide there, all over it. Managed to just about get away with it though. And yeah, so it didn't work, so I'm having to post-commentate it, but that's okay. And this car's interesting. It's not a paddle shift or anything, being one of the older cars, so it's a slightly slower shift than the modern cars, the 2010s cars. And it's also, it feels a bit lacking in power, but I think that's just rally cars in general, to be honest. Particularly in first gear, if you stop the wheels from spinning, because it's tarmac, you can't. That wasn't too bad there, but if you let the rev drop too low, it's actually a little bit bogs down a little bit, and it's not so much power. So it's a bit of a strange car, but certainly good fun to drive. I would say, I don't know about more fun than the most modern cars, but definitely not far off. And very close to the inside there. That wasn't great. Came to near enough standstill. You saw that, just bogging down a little bit in first gear. That was full throttle, but just wouldn't let me exit the corner too well. And yeah, so I've really enjoyed this game. It is, as I say, a sim. Their own wording, and a little bit deep there, just to avoid the car. I think we did. That was close. And it is certainly good fun. I've not actually tried the career mode or anything like that yet. I've just literally done a couple of quick rallies just to get a video up and get some sort of gameplay up on the channel, and then I'll start looking at career mode soon. But yeah, the handle at least is very fun. It looks absolutely stunning. I hope you'll agree. I don't know what it is about this game, but it really strikes me. It's just absolutely stunning. Of course, this is quite dark, and it's snowing, so you won't get that much distance. You know, it's quite obviously unclear in the distance. But even this, it just looks amazing. Obviously, this is dark, so you've got the lights as well. And you'll see, particularly in the replay in the bottom right, those shots were, when I was driving, I didn't really notice, because you're driving. You're not looking at the scenery, you're trying to go as quickly as possible and as close to the walls as possible. Like that was very close. And but then when I watch the replay, you know, you get glowing brake discs, which look amazing. Then obviously with the drifts, and then you get more, you can see more of the background then as well. Like in this corner, the brakes would have been glowing nicely, and it just looks beautiful. And you'll see in the next rally where which is at Greece, in a nice old Mini. It really looks stunning there. Again, watch the replay to get the full kind of picture of it, but it really does look amazing. I really like the game, and even though it's a driving game, it's not about looks, it's more about driving. It's never been a huge factor for me, looks. For some reason it is. In this game, it just strikes me. It just really strikes me. This game is stunning. I don't know what it is really that stood out. It just really does. And like I say, I hope you agree. But anyway, back to the handle. As I said, that's really the most important part. And oh, deep there. Luckily that barrier was there, or I was going flying off the cliff then. And that's the kind of couple of times. I don't know if it's in that corner, but you'll often be going for a corner. In, you know, say a 50 corner like this one, or a 5 corner. It's gears really, the more modern cars, but there was one. That definitely was one. I'm actually stuck on the barrier right now, where it basically says, it's 5 right, so it's pretty quick right, so you can go in there pretty quickly in sort of 5th gear is roughly what it means in the more modern cars, and then suddenly it will go into type 1, And he says that too late, and as soon as I hear that, I'll jam on the brakes, but at that point, it's already too late. So, that one was another similar one, I believe. And you can adjust the co-drivers when it, I can't remember what it's called, but basically when he says his stuff. So early, normal, or late. This is only on normal, so I think it could do with moving it to early. But then some of the commands would be too early, so that's my only complaint so far, really, of that. But it's pretty good other than that. I was able to take in the information pretty well. He says it quite concisely, and you get those nice graphics at the top as well to help you out. So mostly I got along with it okay. And I didn't know this track. I did restart a few times, but I don't know the track. You know, that's too difficult. All I really learnt by restarting was the handling of the car. I did learn a little bit of track, mainly in the beginning, and things like, you know, the timing of what the co-driver is saying. You know, how long it is away that what he's saying. But anyway, back to the handling. It's been almost this entire rally, and I've not talked about the handling really. But yeah, it feels right. I mean, I've not done too much. I've only done this, and I did the next one is dry in Greece, which is gravel. So I haven't done things like mud or anything like that yet. But it does feel good. It feels about right. It's fun, that's for sure. It's hard but fun. But that's what I like. I've been looking for, because I used to play. I think it was V-Rally 3. I think it was on PS2 many years ago, and I played that quite a bit because it had a decent career mode. You started in front-wheel drive cars, then you ended up in four-wheel drive cars, and it was quite fun. But I've not played a rally since then at all, really, because you know the recent dirt games for me have just not been fun. They're too arcadey. It makes you do all the rally cross and all the different events, and I don't want it. I want to rally like this. I just want to rally, proper rally. This is what this game gives you. I think I did try WRC, World Rally Championship game, and I just some reason didn't really click with me. I don't know why, but I have enjoyed this game, and oh, that was close to that wall there, and certainly still some stuff to get used to with it. I could certainly pick up some pace, but you know, I did feel pretty much at home with it quite quickly, and that's usually a testament to something being fairly realistic, because you know it acts how you expect it to react. You know, this is tarmac. Yeah, right, it's snowy and a little bit icy, so it's a little bit slidey, but mostly this is just tarmac, so it's pretty grippy. And in the beginning, obviously, it was ice, which was really quite slippy. So it is certainly good. I've enjoyed the handling model anyway, and I do advise you to give it a go, certainly. And a little bit deep there into the cliff as we come to the end of this rally. So on the left-hand side, there you get the red and green. I always like those bars on a rally stage. It's always really useful. So green means I was fastest of anyone. Red means I wasn't, basically. In that particular sector, so almost get caught out there. He did warn me, but almost got caught out still. And about 6 seconds behind, was it? Oh no, I thought the finish was there. Got me in the commentary as well as in the race, and there we go. There's the end of the event. And so that was the hardest AI difficulty as well. I haven't mentioned that. So everything, all the assists are off. Hardest AI difficulty, and 9.7 seconds back, which isn't too bad, because there's a couple of bad mistakes, particularly one where I got stopped completely. But yeah, so all assists are off. Traction control, ABS, it's all off. Manual starts. So absolutely everything's off, and the AI is on the hardest difficulty. I thought I'd just jump straight in with that. That's probably the best way. Now, classic mini then. And I couldn't help it. As soon as I saw this, I was like, I've got to give this a go. Again, mainly for the replay editor. You'll go watch that. It just looks so wicked seeing a really old mini. You know, going back to the old days when they actually used to do rallies. But poor driving in this car. Even though I was actually closest to the AI pace, you see they're just going deep. Even though I was closest to the AI's pace, my driving was really quite poor. I'm not going to lie. I just couldn't. It's front wheel drive, and I didn't even realise that at first till I started driving it. It's low powered, it's obviously very light, and I just couldn't really get along with it. The handbrake's quite ineffective, and it's not too bad in the higher speed stuff, but in the lower speed stuff, there's another hairpin coming up here. I couldn't figure out, you know, this was probably about 20 restarts later, because I just kept making mistakes. And I eventually figured out that if you hold the handbrake and the throttle both down, that's obviously locking the rears up. But obviously with the front wheel drive car, it's making the front spin, which it enables you to rotate quite nicely through the corners. We go very fast down here now, which is, you know, in a minute it's very fast. Actually 1.7 up on the fastest end. It's pretty good first sector, but I've gone wide straight away. Lots of bumps, but I'm going to continue because it wasn't too bad. Very close to the edge there. And just look at that, look at the view. Well, again, I wasn't looking at this when I was rallying, because you just don't. You can't even see that. And but look at it, it's just stunning. And again, the replay will show that off a bit better, but. So yeah, in these sort of corners I was alright, because you can induce oversteer quite easily just by turning. You don't really need to use the handbrake too much, but you can use it, it is effective. But in the slow speed stuff, it was just so difficult. Probably because it's such short wheelbase, I guess, that would probably make sense. But there's another hairpin coming up here. So get it also down to first. That wasn't too bad, but I just got it slowed down too much. I just can't seem to, it's obviously best to use the handbrake and slide it through the corner. Just couldn't get along with this Mini for some reason, but I'm still up for now. That was actually a worse sector but I was still up, so it was only by a tenth or two I was worse off. And of course with those massive drops at the edge there, it's very easy to drop over one of them in a hairpin, just going a little bit too hot and go flying over there, which I have done a few times, it must be said. And acute, so this is going to be very tight.
100 down over bumps.
So you see me there, that was full throttle all the way through there pretty much, but I'm just sort of tapping the handbrakes to try and get the car to rotate, and it's just so tricky. And certainly a lot of tweaking of my style with this car. It's not great. Again there, you can see the hand going down to the handbrake all the time. Lots and lots of full throttle, but just tapping the handbrake to try and get the thing to rotate. It's yeah, it's quite tricky. But this is certainly good fun, and I wasn't enjoying it all that much though with this one, purely because I couldn't get along with the car and couldn't make it slide so well and two things. But it was, you know, I still played it for a while and still enjoyed it, so it's not too bad. But you know, then when I watched the replay back, I just thought this was amazing. Just seeing this car again, please do go and check it out. Seeing this car, red Mini, flying through this scenario with those sort of mountains and stuff in the background, it was just, it's brilliant to watch. And that was pretty sweet through there. Got a pretty nice line in that last section. And we've gone slower again in that third sector, but we were still up, almost fly over the edge there. And we did just manage to nail that bump, but not too bad. Got away with it really. A little bit wide then. Oh, we're going to nail that bump as well. And what I haven't mentioned as well, you know, it does look stunning, but my PC, I'll put the specs in the description. My PC's not amazing. It's not bad. It's pretty decent, but it's not top end anymore by any stretch. And yeah, I was running 40 to 50 FPS while recording, so they've done something magical by making it look amazing and not require too good of a computer. And just look at that. I love the slow-mo finishes. It's brilliant. There we go then. So about 2.1, sorry, no, that's not me. 2.6 seconds off in the end. So a little way off, but not too bad. And I hope you enjoyed this video. As I said, there will be more to come. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.